Welcome to the story. Don't forget to like, subscribe and support me. Queen Leia of the Alphen species gazed out of the observation deck of the Alphen flagship, her eyes tracing the distant spirals of the Milky Way. The ship hummed with the quiet efficiency of her people, a symphony of advanced technology and seamless coordination. The Alphen were a marvel of the galaxy, a highly intelligent, technologically superior, and governed by a matriarchal society where wisdom and logic reigned supreme. They were the custodians of interstellar peace, maintaining order across countless star systems with unwavering dedication. For decades, the Alphen had monitored numerous planets, but none intrigued Queen Leia quite like Earth. Nestled in the Sol system, this blue and green gem teemed with life forms that, while not as technologically advanced, possessed a unique blend of creativity, emotion, and resilience. It was during one of her extended observation missions that Leia had noticed something remarkably human: men. Their courage in the face of adversity, their innate wisdom, and their artistic talents were qualities that stood in stark contrast to the often emotionless and utilitarian nature of Alphen society. Leia's fascination grew over the years, evolving from mere curiosity to a profound interest. She delved into Earth's cultures, its art, its sciences, and most importantly, its people. Among the vast tapestry of humanity, one individual consistently stood out: Jack Thompson. An ordinary name for an extraordinary man, Jack was a scientist whose work bridged the gap between technology and human emotion. His research into sustainable energy sources was pioneering, but it was his passion for art and music that truly set him apart. The more Leia observed Jack, the more she realized that he embodied the very traits she found so captivating. His courage was evident in his relentless pursuit of knowledge, his wisdom in his thoughtful approach to problems, and his artistic side in the way he expressed himself through painting and composing melodies. These were qualities that the Alphen found rare and, to some extent, enviable. After much deliberation and consultation with her council, Queen Leia made a momentous decision. She would journey to Earth, not as an emissary or a spy, but as a scientist. Utilizing advanced Alphen technology, she transformed herself into a human form, down to the minutest detail, to blend seamlessly into human society. Her mission was twofold: to understand these intriguing humans better and to protect Earth from any potential threats that might arise. The transition was smooth, thanks to the sophisticated technology at her disposal. Leia's descent through Earth's atmosphere was flawless, and she landed discreetly in a secluded area near a renowned scientific research facility. The world below was vibrant and dynamic, filled with the sounds of bustling cities, the chatter of diverse cultures, and the ever-present hum of human ingenuity. Leia took her first steps on Earth with a mixture of awe and determination. The sensory overload was both exhilarating and overwhelming. Every scent, every sound, every sight was a new experience. She marveled at the diversity of life, the complexity of human emotions, and the intricate balance of nature and technology. Securing a position at the Global Scientific Institute, Leia quickly established herself as a brilliant scientist. Her presentations were met with admiration, her insights sought after by peers, and her presence in the scientific community became both influential and respected. It wasn't long before she crossed paths with Jack Thompson. Their first meeting was at an international conference focused on technological innovation. The Grand Hall buzzed with anticipation as scientists from around the world presented their latest breakthroughs. Queen Leia, under her human guise, delivered a captivating presentation on sustainable energy solutions, subtly infused with knowledge gleaned from her Alphen heritage. Her ideas were revolutionary, bridging the gap between human ingenuity and alien technology in ways the audience had never imagined. Jack attended her presentation, intrigued by the depth of her insights and the clarity of her vision. After her talk, he approached her with a mix of curiosity and admiration. Their conversation flowed effortlessly, covering topics from renewable energy to the role of art in scientific innovation. Jack was fascinated by her perspectives, while Leia found herself genuinely enjoying the exchange. It was the beginning of a connection neither of them could have anticipated. As weeks turned into months, Leia and Jack collaborated on various projects. Their partnership was marked by mutual respect and a shared passion for pushing the boundaries of what was possible. Jack's creative approach complemented Leia's strategic thinking, leading to breakthroughs that garnered attention from the global scientific community. Together, they developed technologies that not only advanced human capabilities but also subtly integrated alpine innovations, unbeknownst to the rest of humanity. Outside of their professional endeavors, Leia found herself drawn to Jack's personal life. She attended his art exhibitions, where his paintings depicted vivid emotions and abstract concepts that resonated deeply with her newly awakened feelings. Jack, in turn, became intrigued by Leia's background, sensing that there was more to her than met the eye, though he couldn't quite pinpoint what it was. Leia's transformation was not just physical. As she spent more time with Jack and immersed herself in human society, she began to experience emotions that had long been suppressed in alpine culture. The warmth of friendship, the excitement of shared accomplishments, and the budding feelings of affection were all new and profound. These emotions conflicted with her duty as queen, but they also opened her eyes to the richness of human existence. One evening, as the sun set over the horizon, painting the sky in hues of orange and pink, Leia and Jack stood on a rooftop garden overlooking the city. The air was cool, and the sounds of the bustling metropolis below were muted by the serene atmosphere of the garden. "Jack," Leia began, her voice soft and contemplative, "have you ever felt like you're meant for something greater, something beyond what you currently understand?" Jack looked at her, sensing the depth of her question. "I think everyone feels that way at some point. It's the drive to make a difference, to leave a mark on the world." Leia nodded, her eyes reflecting the fading light. "I feel that too. There's so much potential here, so much creativity and resilience. It's inspiring." Their conversation continued long into the night, delving into topics of purpose, destiny, and the nature of existence. For Leia, these discussions were awakening parts of herself she had never fully explored. For Jack, there was an inexplicable sense of connection, a feeling that meeting Leia was not just a coincidence but a pivotal moment in his life. As their relationship deepened, so did Leia's internal conflict. Her mission to protect Earth was clear, but her growing affection for Jack and her appreciation for human qualities began to challenge her loyalty to the Alpine cause. She found herself torn between duty and the desire to forge a new path, one that embraced both her Alpine heritage and her newfound human emotions. One day, as she was working late in the lab, Leia's dual identity was inadvertently revealed. A malfunction in her disguise technology caused her Alpine features to flicker beneath her human facade. Jack walked in at that exact moment, his eyes widening in surprise and confusion. "Leia, what's happening?" he asked, stepping closer to her. Panic surged through Leia as she struggled to regain control of her appearance. "Jack, please, Danta." But before she could explain, an Alpine emissary appeared in the doorway, their presence immediately putting Jack on edge. The emissary's eyes were stern, scanning the room until they settled on Leia. "Queen Leia," the emissary declared, their voice devoid of emotion, "your mission is compromised. You must return with us." Jack's protective instincts kicked in. "Who are you? What is she talking about?" Leia took a deep breath, steadying herself. "Jack, it's not what you think. I can explain." But the emissary wasn't swayed by her plea. They extended a hand, and Leia felt the weight of her responsibilities pressing down on her. "Come now, Queen Leia. Your presence here endangers our mission." Jack stepped forward, positioning himself between Leia and the emissary. "I won't let you take her," he declared, his voice firm. "She's been a friend, a colleague, and the emissary's gaze shifted to Jack, recognizing the defiance in his stance. Human emotions complicate this situation. They stated coldly, "Leave now, or we will have to act." Leia looked into Jack's eyes, seeing the unwavering determination and the love that had blossomed between them. It was a stark contrast to the detached logic she was accustomed to. In that moment, she knew what she had to do. "We need to leave," Leia whispered to Jack. "I have to choose between my duty and the life I've come to cherish." Jack nodded, understanding the gravity of the situation. "We'll find a way together." With a shared resolve, they faced the emissary. Leia tapped into her Alphan knowledge, activating a concealed device that created a temporary shield around them. The room filled with a pulsating energy as they prepared to defend themselves. The clash between Alphan technology and human ingenuity was swift and intense. Jack used his scientific expertise to counter the emissary's advanced weaponry, while Leia utilized her understanding of Alphan systems to disable their technology. The battle was a dance of strategy and instinct, each move calculated yet driven by emotion. As the fight reached its peak, Leia made a pivotal decision. She turned to Jack, her eyes filled with determination and love. "We need to protect Earth, our home. I can't abandon what I've come to love." Jack nodded, his admiration for her unwavering. "Together, we'll make sure Earth remains safe." With their combined efforts, they managed to repel the emissary, sending a clear message that Earth would not be easily conquered. The battle had just begun, but their bond had solidified, proving that love and unity could stand against even the most formidable of adversaries. Leia and Jack stood amidst the fading energy of their temporary shield, breathing heavily as the emissary and their forces retreated. The room was a whirlwind of alarms and flashing lights, a stark contrast to the serene rooftop garden where their bond had deepened. They had only moments to regroup before the reality of their situation fully set in. "We need to move," Jack said, his voice steady despite the chaos around them. "They'll send reinforcements, and we can't let them find you here." Leia nodded, her mind racing. The decision to defend herself and Earth had irrevocably changed her path. She glanced around the lab, assessing their options. "There's a secure lab in the basement. We can use it to plan our next steps and find a way to communicate with the Alphan sympathetic to our cause." They made their way through the frantic facility, dodging security personnel who were scrambling to contain the situation. Jack led the way, his familiarity with the Institute proving invaluable as they navigated the labyrinthine corridors. Finally, they reached the secure lobby, a place filled with advanced technology and research materials that could aid their mission. Once inside, Leia took a moment to catch her breath, her mind still grappling with the revelation of her true identity. "I never wanted it to end this way," she confessed, her voice tinged with regret. "But I couldn't stand by and watch Earth be threatened." Jack reached out, taking her hand in his. "You didn't do this alone. We're in this together now." As they settled into the lab, Leia began to access the concealed device she had used earlier. "This device can amplify Alphan technology, but we'll need to modify it to work with human systems," she explained. "With your expertise and my knowledge, we can create something powerful enough to defend Earth." Days turned into weeks as Leia and Jack worked tirelessly, blending Alpine advancements with human ingenuity. Their collaboration not only produced groundbreaking technologies but also strengthened their bond. They spent countless hours discussing their cultures, their hopes, and the future they envisioned together. Leia introduced Jack to aspects of Alpine technology, explaining the principles behind their advanced energy sources and interstellar communication methods. In return, Jack shared his passion for art and music, teaching her how creativity and emotion could drive innovation. These exchanges were transformative for Leia, allowing her to appreciate the depth and beauty of human expression. Their efforts did not go unnoticed. A small group of Alphans who had remained on Earth after Leia's arrival approached them, offering their support. These dissidents believed in Leia's vision of a harmonious coexistence between their species and humans. Together, they formed a covert alliance, pooling their resources and knowledge to counter the impending Alpine threat. As the global situation grew increasingly tense, news of the Alpine intervention spread rapidly. Governments around the world mobilized their defenses, but they were unprepared for the advanced technology the Alphans wielded. Leia and Jack knew that conventional methods would not suffice. They needed to find a way to level the playing field. One evening, as they worked late into the night, Jack paused to look out the window at the city lights below. "Do you ever think about what comes after all of this? Once the conflict is over, what will our lives be like?" Leia considered his question, a soft smile playing on her lips. "I hope for a future where our two worlds can coexist peacefully, a future where we can share knowledge and grow together." Jack turned to her, his eyes reflecting the same hope. "I believe we can make that happen, but we need to stay strong and keep pushing forward." Their determination was soon put to the test. The Alpine fleet began its descent, larger and more formidable than ever before. The world braced for the inevitable confrontation, but Leia and Jack had a plan. Utilizing the modified device, they created a network that could disrupt the Alphans' communication systems, sowing confusion among their ranks. The day of the battle arrived with an eerie calm. The sky was filled with the imposing silhouettes of Alphan warships, casting long shadows over Earth's cities. Panic and fear gripped the population, but amidst the chaos, a sense of unity began to emerge. People from all walks of life came together, inspired by the courage of Leia and Jack. As the first wave of Alphan forces engaged Earth's defenses, Leia activated the device. A surge of energy rippled through the atmosphere, interfering with the Alphan technology and causing their systems to falter. The battlefield became a chaotic dance of light and shadow, technology and instinct. Leia and Jack led the charge, their combined efforts turning the tide of the battle. Jack's strategic mind and scientific expertise complemented Leia's deep understanding of Alpine systems, allowing them to anticipate and counteract enemy moves. Together, they inspired those around them to fight with determination and hope. Amidst the fighting, Leia faced the Alpine emissaries once more. This time, she stood her ground, no longer the obedient queen but a leader willing to fight for what she believed in. "This isn't the way," she declared, her voice strong and unwavering. "We can find a better path together." The emissaries hesitated, uncertainty flickering in their eyes. The alliance between the remaining sympathetic Alphans and Earth's defenders created a formidable force that the Alphans couldn't easily overcome. As the battle raged on, it became clear that Earth's resilience and the unity forged between humans and Alphans were too strong to be broken. In a pivotal moment, Leia and Jack confronted the main Alphan command ship. Using their combined technology, they initiated a final, decisive strike that crippled the fleet's leadership. The remaining Alpine forces, recognizing the futility of their mission, began to withdraw, retreating into the vastness of space. The aftermath of the battle was a time of healing and rebuilding. Earth had emerged victorious, but the scars of war were evident. Governments and organizations from around the world worked alongside the remaining Alphines to establish a new era of cooperation and mutual respect. The shared experience had bridged the gap between two vastly different cultures, laying the foundation for a peaceful coexistence. Leia and Jack, hailed as heroes, continued their work to strengthen the bond between humans and Alphans. They established a liaison center, where knowledge and resources could be freely exchanged, fostering innovation and understanding. Their relationship, born out of conflict and nurtured by love, became a symbol of what could be achieved when differences were embraced rather than feared. Years passed, and the alliance between Earth and the Alphan evolved into a thriving partnership. Joint ventures in science, art, and exploration pushed the boundaries of what was thought possible. The once isolated human and Alpine societies now moved forward together, united by their shared history and the enduring love between Leia and Jack. As they stood together on the rooftop garden where it had all begun, now transformed into a symbol of unity, Leia looked out at the stars. "We've come so far," she mused, her hand entwined with Jack's. "And there's still so much more to discover." Jack smiled, leaning into her embrace. "Together, there's nothing we can't achieve." Their story was one of love transcending galaxies, of two beings from different worlds finding common ground and forging a future built on understanding and respect. It was a testament to the power of emotions, the strength of unity, and the endless possibilities that arise when hearts and minds come together.